To the Board of Selectmen meeting for November 2nd, 2023. It is 6 p.m. And so everybody's aware, we are recording video via WCAT6 and audio, and we are also providing Zoom access, and it's being recorded also, so you see yourself up there, and it's being live streamed on Facebook, so everybody is aware of that. Okay? And can I have everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. Okay. First thing on the agenda is the final review and discussion of a special town meeting articles for the November 16th, 2023 special town meeting. Anticipated vote on this. And, oh my God.
I'm not really reading this,
Yeah, can I have that one? Does it have the yellow in it?
No.
Oh, it doesn't have the ones we have? Can I have that one?
Are your eyes getting bad?
They are.
That's
My
the
eyes and
original,
my
so
hearing.
don't write on
Look
it.
at that, that's so much better.
Don't write on it. It's the original.
Okay. So the first one was, what was it, number?
So, Mr. Chairman,
5?
Article 5 was added to address some rotting of some wood that was found in the fascia that was reported down at the Senior Center Improvement Project, a building exterior improvement project, as well as moving the flower box away from the accessibility to the building where it was impeding the walkway. It shouldn't have been there because of ADA accessibility needs. So we moved the flower box to another side of the windows away from the walkway, as well as we also did some additional drainage to get water away from the building that was not part of the original quote that we had the contractor also address while he was there.
Okay, so it's Article 5, and this is, it's worded as, to see if the town will vote to transfer from co-op custodian salary the sum of $2,600 to the Council of Aging maintenance line for additional building improvements, or to take any action relative thereto. Do you guys have any concerns about this? Any questions?
No, I'm good with it.
Good. Oh yeah, good. All right, we're good with it.
Okay.
What was the next one?
So Article number 8, okay? Article number 8 is new. This was going to be talked about at the Finance Committee meeting this week, but unfortunately they did not have a quorum and the meeting was not held. So I was made aware this week that our town accountant is currently in negotiations with another community for the position of town administrator. So we have to make plans to address a potential vacancy for the position of town accountant. So to address that, I'm proposing that for the interim, we have the assistant town accountant come in, address the needs, and so what we'll have to do is we'll have to transfer $16,000 from the accountant's salary line to the assistant town accountant salary line to cover the expenses of the assistant town accountant's additional hours.
And is she willing to do that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Article 8, to see if the town will vote to transfer from the accountant's salary line the sum of $16,000 to the assistant town accountant salary line, or to take any action relative thereto.
Now, if for some reason this does not happen or a resignation is not given, this will be
We can pull
passed
the
over.
article. Yep. All right. Do you guys
Right,
have any
okay.
questions on that?
That was my
Additions?
question, what if she doesn't take the
Yeah, we
position?
could always pull the article. We
Yeah.
don't need it.
But, so she would have determined this before the special, I guess, right?
I'm guessing a determination should be made by next week. That's
Okay,
why
all
it's so
right.
imminent.
So we'll know. Okay. I'm good with it.
Good? Are you good? Right? What's the next one?
Article 13, just a little bit different. It was made as a suggestion from Selectman Veliz to also incorporate the purchase of additional speed signs at the cost of $300. So you would have the electronic sign, and below it, you would have the actual, what is the speed limit for that particular zone. So you would have some additional signage costs.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Article 13, to see if the town will vote to transfer from free cash the sum of $9,300 to purchase 3 electric signs, speed signs, and to purchase additional speed limit signs for the town or take any action relative thereto. Okay, you,
Yep.
I almost said second.
you're good? Are you good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's the next one?
Article 19, it has a slight modification to the highway surveyor's original article. The modification is, the original article had a 48-inch V plow. He was able to find a second-hand, a pre-owned V plow at a significantly less price that he could use. And then he would like to substitute that with a Buffalo turbine, which is approximately $400 more than his original request. And again, this is coming from his receipts reserved for appropriation. It's not coming from free cash, it's not coming from raise and appropriate, it's coming from an account that's monitored by the highway surveyor himself.
Okay, so Article 19, to see if the town will vote to transfer $12,880.35 from receipts reserved for appropriations, Highway Equipment Fund, to purchase a hopper sweeper for $5,882.35 and a Buffalo turbine for $6,998, or to take any action relative thereto. You guys good?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. What's the next one?
And the only other one was Article 34 was slightly modified. It's a bylaw change to address capital planning, the establishment of a capital planning. Our current capital planning bylaw needed to be updated. It has been updated to reflect the position of town administrator. However, the town administrator's position will be an ex officio member to the committee with no right to vote, just there to provide informational purposes. And in Section 2, we had in our current bylaw $5,000 cost threshold. It needs to be updated as things have been more costly. $25,000 should be the threshold for capital projects and capital improvements. That should be the threshold at which the committee should be looking at. And instead of 5 fiscal years, you're going to do 4 fiscal years of the forecasting. One in the current year will be the actual budget. So that will be for a total
So before
of
we
5.
go any further, you have three Section 2s.
They're all under Section 2.
Okay, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, they're
Not
all
1, 2, and 3.
No, yeah, in the bylaw, they're all listed under Section 2s, I believe.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, but then it's like A, B, and C.
Yeah, but
I
then we
guess.
have it
Oh,
listed
and-
A, B, and C.
Huh. Kind of weird.
So it's Section 2A, Capital Planning Committee,
B.
and then a B, Purpose, and then C, Annual Report. And these have been approved by Town Council.
Okay. All right. Somebody yelling hello? Okay, so Article 34, to see if the town will vote to amend Article, is that 5? Section 2 of the Town of Warren General Bylaw by adding in bold below the position of town administrator and updating its purpose and its annual reporting as the capital planning committee as follows. And section 2, capital planning committee A, establishment of the board of selectmen shall assist in the establishment and appointment of a committee to be known as the capital planning committee. This committee is hereby established under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 41, Section 106B, and shall be composed of one member of the Board of Selectmen, one member of the Finance Committee, the town treasurer, town administrator, ex officio committee member without the right to vote, and 2 registered voters from the town. The committee shall choose its own officers, moderator, to appoint the registered voter members. Member terms will be as follows: Finance Committee 1 year, member to be selected by the committee and may be reappointed by the same voter members, 3 years, with 1 to expire each year and may be reappointed by the moderator. Section 2, Capital Planning Committee B, purpose: the committee shall study proposed capital projects and improvements involving major, non-reoccurring, tangible assets and projects which A, are purchased or undertaken at intervals of not less than 5 years, have a useful life of at least, and this is the change, from 3 to 5 years. C, cost over a change from $5,000 to $25,000. All town officers, boards, and committees, including the selectmen and school committee, shall by September 1 of each year give to the committee on forms prepared by it information concerning all anticipated projects requiring town meeting action during and ensuing 5 years, ensuing 5 years, right?
Mhm.
The committee shall consider the relative need, impact, time, and cost of these expenditures and the effect each will have on the financial position of the town. And then this is a change: no, an expenditure is taken out and appropriation is put in, and shall be voted for a capital, and its outlay is taken out and an improvement is put in, request by the department, board, or commission, unless the proposed capital improvement is taken out, reflected, and added, considered in the committee's report, taken out unless, or the committee shall first have submitted a report by the Board of Selectmen explaining the omission. Okay, almost done there. Section 2, Annual Report C, the committee shall prepare an annual report recommending a capital improvement budget for the next fiscal year and a capital improvement program including recommended capital improvements for the following 4 fiscal years. 5 was taken out and it was reduced to 4. The report shall be submitted to the Board of Selectmen and Finance Committee for its consideration and approval for the inclusion in the annual town budget, or the annual budget. The Board of Selectmen and Finance Committee shall submit its approved capital budget to the annual town meeting for adoption by the town. This is all taken out now. The committee shall also prepare a schedule of capital outlays, which it recommends for funding in the 2nd through 6th ensuing fiscal years with notes as to funding sources called the capital program. That was removed. And that was the article read into record. Are you guys good with it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Were there any other changes?
Not that we haven't talked about since the last meeting.
Okay. And some of these were not voted on by FinCom because FinCom didn't have enough members for their final meeting to approve all this, so they weren't able to vote on that.
Right.
Okay. If people see them, why they're not there, why it's not present, a comment, that is why. Okay. So after reading all the articles and being familiar with them, do you guys have any questions about the articles for the special town meeting?
No.
No, sir.
Do you wanna do a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept or approve the Town of Warren special town meeting warrant.
Second.
All in favor?
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes unanimously. The warrant is accepted.
We just have a motion to close the warrant too.
So I'll make a motion to close the special town meeting warrant for November 16th, 2023.
Second.
All in favor?
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes unanimously, and the
Can you sign it?
warrant is closed. We gotta sign it.
Pass it to Jim. He needs to sign it. Please.
Really? Jim signs it too?
As in, he is
Just
attesting.
witnessing your signatures.
Oh, the witness.
Testing to it.
Okay. And
There you go. You get the-
quick.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's
It's a
okay.
scribble.
All right.
Got the rest of the pages?
Oh,
I have them all. Alright.
Oh,
I
okay.
just need to copy this
All right.
back page. I was,
all right. So the next thing on the agenda, review of a memorandum to all boards, committees, and commissions that all public bodies must comply with Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20. Okay, and this is in regards to town meetings being recorded. Do you want to read this one?
You're tired of reading?
Yeah, I just read all those pages.
All right. So, this is a reminder to all public bodies that all meetings must be open and accessible to the public unless your meeting is a properly posted executive session. Under the statute, there are only 10 reasons why a public body may go into executive session. It is also important to note that under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20, subsection F, after notifying the chair of the public body, any person may make a video or audio recording of an open session of a meeting of a public body, or may transmit the meeting through any medium, subject to reasonable requirements of the chair as to the number, placement, and operation of equipment being used so as not to interfere with the conduct of the meeting. At the beginning of the meeting, the chair shall inform other attendees of any recordings. This is from the town administrator to the departments, by the way. I would highly recommend that each chair of a public body ask if anyone is recording their meetings so that other attendees are notified of said recording. If a public body does not allow for said recording to happen, then that body could be in violation of state law and subject to an open meeting law complaint. Please consult the Office of the Attorney General's website at mass.gov for more information on the open meeting law or to sign up for a free online training. Thank you in advance for your continued cooperation and support.
Okay. So one of the things that was brought to our attention about this is this specifically addresses a public body. And I think one of our concerns is allowing WCAT 6 to be able to record meetings. And since my understanding is they're not considered a public body, then they could be denied. I don't know if Travis, if you can come down and explain a little better. Give him a second to come down. Because I want to make sure that the whole purpose of this is the town has been working very hard to be transparent with all meetings and get information out there and not restrict the public's access to what they can hear or what they can't hear. And when we first got on, we made, we all agreed that this board would be completely transparent with everything, and that's why we've worked so hard with WCAT 6 to make sure meetings are being recorded and make them feel welcome in our meetings, along with doing Facebook and Zoom meetings to make it more accessible to everybody. Because we're working for the town, and what we say and do is to make the town better. And the residents should have every opportunity that we can give to be able to hear us and see what we're discussing and see how their town government is functioning and working. Because it's important for everybody to know, because we're part of this community together. None of us is more important than anybody else out there. We're just, you guys elected us to advocate for the town and make decisions in the best interest of the town. And the way we do that is by getting that out there via every means possible, and a lot of people don't have the ability to come to sit into a meeting. And I see a lot more activity on YouTube and Facebook, and getting it out there. People see a lot more of our meeting. I don't know how many people are actually watching us on the local access network at any time, but when you go on Facebook, we see the hits or the YouTube hits, how many people have viewed the videos. So it's very important to be out there and get this information out there so everybody can be informed for meetings. So when you come to a special town meeting or an annual town meeting, you know what happened behind the scenes and what led to that. And everybody is informed. It's very important to be transparent. And I don't think that's changed. Have you changed your mind on that?
No, I'm happy with what we're doing.
Okay. Mr.
No,
Blees?
I'm all on for recording, and so everybody, if they can't make it to the meeting, they can watch it later. It is, open to the public.
And we're here to serve the public. That's why people voted for us, so we could do that. Now, one of our questions is, because WCAT 6 is not a public body.
We are a public.
You are a public body?
That's we're considered a public body.
Can you just introduce yourself?
Oh, sorry, Travis Baker, WCAT, work Cable Advisory.
Okay.
We're considered a public body because we're governed by the town. If you look at like some of the bigger towns, Spencer, Southbridge, Chicopee, their cable is incorporated, actually Wares is too. They're incorporated separate from the town. Town has no say over cable operations, what they actually do on the channel. Because we're not incorporated on our own, you guys are our bosses, we're a public body. The statute for open meeting laws, public body can refuse another public body. So technically a board could refuse us from recording, but they can't refuse any member of the public from recording and broadcasting. Somebody from the public were to come in with a camera and notify the board, hey, I'm recording, can't be refused for any reason, as long as they're not causing an issue to the meeting. And theoretically, that person could submit the video to us and ask us, can you please post this? Because we're a PEG channel, public education government. We're allowed to accept video, program from public to broadcast. So it's kind of that gray area that technically a board can refuse us, but they can't refuse the public.
Okay. And I think the purpose of that is to make sure nobody gets refused. Again, if you're having meetings, they're open to the public, they should be accessible to the public. Not everybody can get to meetings, and people deserve to know. People should be able to know what's going on in their town, and not be told that it's gonna be transmitted, or it's not gonna be transmitted via the local access because of whatever. That shouldn't even come up. It kinda goes against everything we've been working towards by getting it out there and making everything accessible and being transparent to everybody. So, I like this. The only change I would probably say is, that WCAT 6 shall be, authorized to record meetings. So,
I have a comment.
sure.
On Sunday evening, I came to check out the haunted house. I took some pictures. When I was out there was a lady. She was so thankful. She said that you guys transmit this over the cable because he watches, and she feels very, very pleased to see us on our meetings.
And it's
Just a
important.
comment.
It's important, because a lot of people, they can't come to a meeting.
Yeah, so a
You
lot
know,
of
we
people
look
that
at, we look at our meeting right now, and there's 4 people in our meeting right now, including you, Travis. And you're here because you're
Well,
recording.
for a lot of people, there's a lot of people that work nights, or, most of our meetings are, 5, 6 o'clock, that range. For most people, that's dinner time. And a lot of the stuff that goes on, people might not sit there and watch every minute of the meeting. They might, this is what's going on, I wanna watch that. But that's pretty much the point of public access, is to make it accessible for people, because to come to every meeting in town, you'd be here 15, 20 hours a week almost to know what's going on in every meeting.
There's a big old wasp flying over you.
Something is, yeah,
Just went back there.
from one of those stink bugs.
Yeah.
But also, it's very helpful to keep that as a record, because if you wouldn't go back in time, you just go and check what happened.
Yeah, I've had a lot of, couple times where, I had forgotten to post the video online. We had it running on the channel, but either the upload failed or I didn't know. I've had, boards, hey, do you know when that's gonna go online? I missed some notes in my meeting. I'd like to be able to, replay it. It's like, okay, yeah, hang on, let me go fix that.
Okay. So, I would say this is good, but I wanna see that WCAT, you guys are 6 now, right? WCAT
Yeah, I
is
mean,
6.
we, as far as like the channel label, and we just went with Warren Community Access Television, not the channel number.
It's
'cause-
6, right?
Yeah, it is channel 6. Kinda leaving 6 off the name for right now, just cause, you know,
And even if-
5 years Comcast changes it again.
Even if
Or
we have to do
next
this as a
month.
policy letter,
Mhm.
but I think they should be put in there,
Okay, we'll
saying
put it in.
that they shall not be denied access to record meetings.
Okay,
Are you good with that?
Yeah.
okay, I'll put it in.
And based on their availability, you're not expected to be at every single meeting,
Right.
record every single meeting, because you only got a couple people that are doing this.
Yeah,
And-
ideally, we're trying to get that goal of getting all of them, but, you know, the big ones are, you know, your meetings, school committee, housing has asked us to do their meetings, so we started doing them. You know, and then we made the investment to set up the finance committee room, cause, you know, during budget season, finance committee is, you know, one of the bigger meetings that people wanna know what's going on.
Okay. So, yeah, I think if we put that in there,
Okay, I
that,
can add it in.
they shall not be denied access to record meetings. You know, and basically have it in there for all boards, committees, departments.
Okay.
Again, there should be nothing spoken in a meeting that you don't want in the public anyways, so. Are you guys good with that wording?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see no reason why deny something like that.
Yeah. Right,
We'll get it out.
right, and then, are you gonna do that as a memorandum
To everybody.
are you gonna do it as a memorandum, or do you wanna do it as a policy letter?
I could do it either way, it doesn't matter. Whatever the board chooses, I can add it to this memo, and then, you know, see if, see if there's an issue moving forward.
Well, I think if we take a vote on it as a policy,
Mhm.
it's town policy now versus a memorandum coming from your office, just
Mhm.
saying, hey, because I don't think you could order a board to do something.
Right.
So.
Yeah, we could do that. I'll draft it up as a policy. then.
Yeah, you might have to change the wording a
Yeah.
little bit,
Yeah.
but, yeah.
I can draft that, and we can have that on the next meeting.
Okay, very good. All right, very good. Did you have anything to add, Travis?
No, I think that's it. You know, other than, you know, we're trying to do our best to, you know, so everybody can be informed of, you know, things are going on. You know, and that's our goal, is to have a well-informed town.
We appreciate everything you're doing. You guys are doing a great job. Video's
Mhm.
getting better. I don't think, we haven't heard any complaints about,
Yeah, I haven't heard
Anything
anything in
yet.
a while, so.
So-
I guess
Knock
we're-
Knock on wood.
I can see the likes, right, that what we're transmitting right now.
Yeah, and I know
People like
on
it.
average, you know, like school committee, their views have been, you know, like the YouTube video, it's been, you know, a couple hundred. I think one of the selectmen's meetings hit well over 100 in like the first 48 hours. I haven't checked like after it, but, you know, a lot of people are going, you know, to the YouTube and finding what they want on the meeting to see what's going on, so, and that's where it comes real handy,
yeah. Yep.
so.
Well, thank you very much. Do
Thank
you have
you.
anything? We're here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, could we do number 4 next, because we have a lady that's here that wants to be on the Veterans Council, and she has another meeting she needs to go to.
We can.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, so we're gonna skip number 3 for now, because an accommodation was requested for scheduling. And we're gonna go to number 4. We'll move back to 3 after we finish number 4. And number 4 is review interested residents to be on the Veterans Council. Okay. Let's get on to number 4.
Yes, Betty Jo on Zoom.
Here we go.
Right, it's Betty Jo on Zoom.
so we got two interested parties. I guess you're Christine Martino?
Tatro.
Was it?
Tatro.
Christine Tatro.
Tatro?
You gotta update your email.
Yeah, it says Martino.
Oh, the
My
email is,
Yeah.
but
signature
the-
says
it's
Tatro.
signed
I
Yeah.
do
Tatro.
apologize.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
Oh,
very
down here,
old
it's Chris.
email.
Yeah, where, you got the hole right where her name is.
Sorry.
How you doing today?
I'm good, how are you?
You seem shy.
Believe me, she's
Are
not
you
shy.
nervous? Are you nervous?
A little, it's just,
Don't
Take a
be
deep breath, they don't bite. You're far enough away.
So, can you do me a favor? Can you come up front? I'm sorry, and just introduce yourself.
like I
And
remain standing.
You can sit
yeah,
down.
you can
Okay.
stand. Yeah. However you feel more comfortable.
Okay, so hi, I'm Christine Tatro, and I'm a lifelong resident of Warren. I'm raising my 5 children here, and I am expressing my interest in becoming a committee member of the Veterans Council.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you very much for being interested in it. What made you interested in it?
So, I come from a background of military family. As a resident here in town, I have attended several, if not more, veterans assemblies at the school and the Memorial Day events here in town, and I've been kindly invited after for refreshments with my children. And when I pay respects at the cemetery and I see the flag placed there, it's always within my heart to be more than just thankful or present. I want to be able to offer my time and my effort for our community, and more importantly, the treasured veterans, members of our community.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for that. You know, military and veterans are very dear to my heart also, and I value everything that our veterans and military have gone through, as we all do. And not just the veterans, but the families of the veterans too, that had to maybe stay home and be a single parent while your spouse is serving, or your child. Some people have children that are in the military, and it's very difficult to just stand back and have your loved ones go off, you know, to a different place, and you don't know if they're gonna come home or not. And it's important for us to be able to support our veterans within our community and make sure that they know we care. And I can see in your heart you care, and I really appreciate that. And that's important to us. It's important to me. Is it important to you?
Yes, important for me too. I was trying to search, but her kids have been at our events and speaking on the events. So that shows, you know, a lot of proud.
There's a lot of proud, and I want to give my time and my effort as well.
Well, thank you very much. And have you served?
I have not.
No? Okay.
My-
You don't have to. Yeah, I was just asking for
So
my
I
information.
personally did not have the courage to enlist and serve the United States of America, but I would be more than happy to dedicate my time to those who did.
And that's just as important. And that's very valuable to have in a community too. Because veterans, it's different.
So my sister is a veteran, my father was a veteran, and my younger brother is a deceased veteran at St. Paul Cemetery for tours of duty in Iraq and Afghanistan. So I personally, as a family member, understand as the role of sister or aunt. He leaves behind a son who's my son's age, and his spouse, and what it was like when he was deployed in those times. So I have my own personal experiences, which I wasn't intending to elaborate on.
And you don't have to. You don't
But
have to.
I do understand that everybody's dynamics are different,
Mhm.
and how it may or may not affect someone, but to give honor or resources or be more involved and give that group within our community the support and respect that they deserve is important.
Okay.
It's important to me.
And do you go by Miss or Mrs.?
I go by Christine, but you can call me Miss.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And thank you for sharing. And we appreciate it, and it's nice to have people step up and, you know, be a part of the community, and volunteer for things like this. We really appreciate it. Okay. Do you have any questions?
I don't have any questions. It sounds like you're a great candidate, so, yeah. I'm all in favor.
I don't have any question. I found Kenna's picture when she did the speech.
The Gettysburg Address.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's my third born.
Very good. Do you have any questions or comments?
No, I know Christine because one of her kids goes to, it's a friend with my son at school. So we know them for, you know, you go to birthday parties and everything since they were little. So I have no questions.
Okay. Do a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to appoint Christine Tatro to the Veterans Council.
Second,
All in favor?
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bellis, aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes unanimously. You're appointed to the Veterans Council. Thank you very much, Mrs. Tatro.
Thank
We
you for your
appreciate it.
time this evening. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
We have one other person?
Yeah,
Yep.
Betty Jo, she's in the assessor's office.
Yeah.
We got Betty Jo O'Brien.
But she said she was gonna be on here or on Zoom, so. something
She's
is-
not here,
I know.
and she's not on Zoom. Was anybody trying to get in?
No. No, I get little dings and stuff, so we know.
No. All right.
But we have her letter, I mean,
We have her letter, but I think there was a concern because we have to check with ethics because she's a town employee.
Yeah, I mean, what they can simply do is just check with the attorney of the day, call in. There may be a requirement for her to have an additional disclosure because she's a full-time employee with the town. I don't see anything interfering with that appointment, but, you know, for the board's satisfaction, you know, you could ask her to check with the State Ethics Commission for any potential disclosures that she may have to file with the town clerk.
It's unpaid position.
Correct,
Yeah,
right,
okay.
right.
All right. I don't have a problem with Betty Jo doing it. I think it would be great. You know, she wants to step up and help out. I think it'd be a good thing to do.
She's a
I'm trying to
veteran.
get in.
The doors are unlocked.
Yeah, I know she's, I know it's not. Uh-oh.
Oh, thank you. I forgot your cupcakes.
So I think it's good. I don't know if we wanna have her get a decision from ethics before we appoint, or if you guys are good with appointing and then have her get her decision and let us know.
I'd go with that. Let's appoint her. We're pretty certain there's not a problem.
Just a routine check.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, because she's not paid by Veterans Council. I don't see where there's an ethics
There's no conflict.
Yeah, I can't see one arising, but just to get a
She
verification.
may have to just have a formal disclosure statement on file with the clerk saying she's a town employee. I mean, we know she's a town employee, but a formality, they may have a disclosure
Okay.
for.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
I share the same assurance that we should just double check, but I have no concern.
Okay. Are you okay if we appoint her tonight and then have her follow up with the ethics?
I am.
We'll do a motion?
All right, so I'll make a motion to appoint Betty Jo O'Brien to the Veterans Council pending I'll say a positive Attorney General review.
State Ethics Commission.
State Ethics Commission review of her situation.
Okay.
Second,
All in favor?
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes unanimously with the stipulation that an ethics review would have to be done prior to her accepting the appointment.
Thank you for taking that out of order.
Okay, all right. So now back to 3. And review of memorandum of all, oh, we did that. No, okay, that was 2. Discussion on accepting the hours for Karen Milk for senior tax work-off abatement, anticipated vote. And we have the hours, we add them up,
Right there, right here.
and how many? So you get the 50. All right. Do you guys have any questions about it?
I do not.
No, sir.
Okay. Do a motion?
So I'll make a motion to accept the hours for Karen Wilk for the 2024 senior tax work-off abatement program.
Second,
All in favor?
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes unanimously, and we accept the work-off hours. Okay. And 5, warrants and bills. What's
Alright.
first?
I will make a motion to pay the following warrants. Payroll number 19, $54,633.57. Vendor number 22, $438,252.95.
Second,
All in favor?
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes unanimously.
Make a motion to pay the following bills. Amazon Business, $20.32. Cooley Dickinson Medical Group, $160. Northeast IT, $3,364. Merlin Leasing Corp., $1,107.23. KP Law, $1,162.67. Modern Pest, $100. Verizon, $151.40. SBA Structures LLC, $1,702.77. Hamden Communications, $1,500. Pine Ridge Technologies, $668. Tide Bond, $2,220. And Guardian, $45,000.
Second,
All in favor?
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes unanimously.
Can I make a comment?
Those are approved. Yes, sir.
So I know we have spoken this a little bit about the IT Northeast. We're talking about 40 grand a year right now. Is that what other towns do?
It's hard to say. Northeast IT was here before I started. And I'm not sure if the town ever issued a invitation for bid for procurement of those services. So, at some point, you make a very valid point, Selectman Elise, the town may want to decide to issue an IFB, invitation for bid, and to see if there's any more competitive options out there, or possibly looking at the state's combis, where there may be already people on the state bid list that provide the same services. I don't believe Northeast IT is on the state list. So, you know, that may be something that the board may want to look at, you know, for next year's budget.
I may be wrong, I remember when we voted this many years ago, it was 20 a year. So, I could be wrong, but it's.
Oh, it has gone up quite a bit.
It's twice as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's twice, and that's just from last year.
Yeah, with endpoint detection,
Yeah.
multi-factor authentication, those services have been very costly
And we're required to have those now.
for insurance purposes.
Right, yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, even with that said, in the future, we should probably look at website and IT services.
Mhm. Yeah,
See if we
see
can,
what's out there.
yeah.
We can shop it around.
Yeah.
I just drop it around, nothing wrong with them, no, I just, trying to save here, save there.
If we can get equal or better services for less money,
Right. And since you mentioned that, they are coming in, I believe November 13th. They sent out a date just this week to see if November 13th would work to do their yearly review. So.
Monday?
Yeah, so I was going to be reaching out to see if any board members would like to come to that yearly review. And, I think at that juncture, they will let us know what, possible rates would be for next year at the same time. I believe right now we're at a month-to-month with them, so, we could theoretically cancel at any time. So, that may be something we wanna look at.
one might wanna look at, is it cheaper to do an annual rate too?
Yeah.
What's cheaper?
I don't know if they do an annual rate. I think they go month to month, the way that which I understand their contracts were. Maybe they did before, but now that, anybody, I guess, can get out at any time with this particular company.
How many employees are there?
Oh, I'm not sure.
No, serving us. They give us service.
Right.
For how many employees?
Oh, for how many of our employees?
Yes.
Oh, well, I would say about 30.
Because we're about 80 in the office and we don't spend that much. We have the same thing, emails, double factor, server,
Microsoft Office.
everything.
Yeah, we might wanna look into that in the future here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We actually are 250 people.
Good point. Anything else, sir?
Nope, that was my comment.
Okay, so we approved the bills, and moving on, minutes. Review minutes from meeting held on October 5th, 2023,
Make a motion to approve.
October 12th, 2023, October 19th, 2023, anticipated vote. You're gonna make the vote for October 5th, Mr. Belize.
Make a motion to approve the minutes for October 5th.
This is confusing. Is he supposed to make a minute?
Yep, because
Is
you
it
weren't
for the
here.
5th or the,
But I was here for the
For,
19th.
Yeah, he's making them for the 5th, the 12th dog hearing, and the 12th regular meeting. And then he could either make them
Well,
or.
just make it for all of it, and I'll just abstain.
all right,
I make a motion to approve the minutes for October 5th, October 12th, dog hearing, and October 12th, regular meeting, and October 19th.
okay, I'll second that, all in favor?
Derek Bailey's aye.
David Dufresne, aye.
Rich Ihacker, aye, but I abstain from the 5th and both meetings on the 12th, and vote yes for the 19th.
Okay. All right. The next thing on the agenda is town administrator report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Before you this evening is kind of just a little bit of a recap I put together of where we are with spending at the upcoming special town meeting. If you take a look at it, the first line is what we have for free cash for 2023, which is $1,580,795, and that was certified by the Department of Revenue on October 12th. The proposed spending that is proposed in the STM articles, the actual spending, is only $588,458.56. From the proposed deposits into stabilization and into capital stabilization is $452,000, those coming from Articles 1 and 2. We are also at this STM proposing to pay off debt. Article 29 focuses in on paying off the debt of the backhoe at the highway department, and that's currently at $72,900. The anticipated free cash, if all the articles were to pass and we were to walk out of there with everything passing, the town would still have $467,436.44, which is approximately 4.5% of the total omnibus FY24 budget, which is right in line with the Department of Revenue's recommendation. That's critical. That's if we have a catastrophic event. After the special, we have money available that we could appropriate by simply having a special town meeting that we could go to, that we don't have to borrow for, pay high cost of borrowing. We have money available right there within the ratio of the Department of Revenue. Again, if these lines if everything was to play out and every article passed at the special, your current stabilization balance as of June 30th, 2023 is $1,648,194. Your capital stabilization balance as of June 30th, 2023 is $508,398. So after town meeting, if those deposits were to pass, those Articles 1 and 2, it would bring an estimated anticipated stabilization balance after the STM of $2,194,000. And the reason why I say estimated is because the stabilization balance was as of June 30th of 2023. It's still accruing interest as we speak. So, interest, monthly interest, needs to get posted to that. So the number potentially could be a little bit higher after interest. Estimated anticipated capital stabilization balance after the STM, $608,398. Two of the highest deposits that the town has seen in its recent history, and is really good fiscal management of the town's money. And we're in a good position moving forward after the STM. This is very fortunate that we are in this position. Anything could happen, knock on wood. Nothing does happen, but we have to be ready for it just in case if there's a catastrophe that we have to pay out. We have funds available. So this is a strong position that the town will be in going into the STM and even after the STM. So I just kind of wanted to break down where we were with the spending. I know the articles seem like a lot, 36 articles. There's a lot of cleanup of some things, just shifting some money around to some different accounts, some capital spending, and then some cleanup of some bylaws and so on and so forth. But I think this is really going to put us in a good position coming out of the STM. This week also, I had Joanne from Maya come in. We went over all of our coverages for the year. We went over all of our pieces of equipment. We identified things that were, we had sent out a list from departments and they came back with pieces of equipment that they may not have anymore, that we can take off. We have some new equipment that we're gonna be adding on, such as the recent bucket truck that Jeremy had purchased needs to be added on. We have a new piece of equipment coming in from the fire department on Monday that we just added on, today. There's pieces of equipment that needed to be added and subtracted. There's some things that we still want to look at in terms of some of the values, in terms of what is out there. We're working on that. We should have that all cleared up within the next week or two, and then we'll have all our policies in line. But everything is in full force right now, just going over some additional costs that may be needed to address some additional insuring issues that we have. And then preparing for a special town meeting. We've been preparing this week for special town meeting, getting articles obviously all ready for tonight's meeting, just tackling it, one thing at a time, with, seeing if we need to anticipate anything for the rest of the year. Now, as you know, our town meeting has now been moved back to June. So in case we needed to do something, we were trying to plan accordingly, if we needed an extra month or so, for budgets and different things that we could address those. We'll also have an option of a transfer come May 1st, where we're trying to cut down on those transfers. I think we're in a good position moving forward. And as I mentioned before, I did receive notification that the possibility of a resignation of our town accountant for next week. So a lot of bittersweetness there, but we hope that we can get somebody in that position relatively soon.
Okay. Anything else, sir?
No, sir.
Do you have any questions?
When do you anticipate budget season starting?
So we're working on our budget calendar right now. I've been in coordination with the FinCom chair, and we anticipate getting a draft of our budget calendar probably by the end of the month, and having it reviewed by the selectmen, and then issuing it out to the departments the beginning of December, kind of like the same time period that we had last year. Although, departments are gonna have a little bit more time because, town meeting's now pushed back. One thing that did come up for discussion is that, because, town meeting has been pushed back, departments to have a little bit more time, the budget may not be available for election, right? So as we have town elections, they usually would pick up a copy of their budget, omnibus book, and special town meeting articles. So that may not transpire like it normally did because town meeting has been pushed back. So what we may have to do is have a pickup session of when they can pick them up at the town clerk, maybe do some additional, postings on our website, trying to get that information out there a little bit earlier. Maybe have some hours in which they can pick up their booklets, prior to town meeting.
Well, I guess the question is.
Or they can hand them out at town meeting, too.
Yeah, but do the departments need the extra month? Or are they didn't need it last year, or maybe they did? So in other words, could they still meet the election day deadline if we want to do that?
Yeah,
The town meeting was the change of the town meeting was to accommodate the school too, because they didn't have all their numbers in
Right.
line yet. So
Right,
it's to
but-
give them a little more time, and then we print the booklet, we have everything in there.
right.
We
Yeah,
wouldn't
okay.
have a complete booklet, because
Yeah.
we wouldn't have the school in there.
Potentially waiting on the school. Okay, okay.
So I don't think that departments need more time, but like the chair had indicated, the school, one of their concerns was not, they needed more time. And so that if we want to have a complete package, then, we always incorporate the schools into that.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I think as soon as we get it available, we let everybody know that a booklet is available for pickup at the town hall. We could put some at the senior center, we could put some at the libraries, and we could have them available there too,
And on the website.
in the website.
Mhm.
They could digitally view it on the website too. So
Mhm.
we'll put it out there every way we possibly can, make it available as soon as we can to everybody. We'll try to do our best, as
Mhm.
always.
Mhm.
So the budget calendar will be out soon. The board will also be anticipating, although I haven't gotten a date yet from the Board of Assessors, but the end of the month we'll be having our tax classification hearing. I'm sure they're gonna be making an appointment to come in front of the board at some point for the tax classification hearing. That's critically important in order to send out our tax bills next month, in December.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Do you have
Good job.
Anything else? Good job. Okay. All right. New business. Does anybody have any new business?
I do not.
No, sir.
New business? No? Old business?
I don't have anything. No.
Do you have any old business?
Nope.
Correspondence? Do we have any correspondence? No?
Nope.
I did have somebody mention to me, a resident, about doing a hazardous waste day. If that's typically something the Board of Health handles, but they brought it up, asking about that, seeing if we can do a pickup at the town dump for hazardous waste. So if you have old paint or anything like that, you'd be able to do that day. But that's something for Board of Health, if you can mention that to your board. If you want, we can send you something too, notifying that residents are interested in it. I know you guys got a grant, maybe that could be utilized for the grant, is doing a hazardous waste pickup day. I would not recommend going to people's houses again. That was a little chaotic to do. I think if everybody just brings it to the dump and gives it to the people there, they pick it up, and that's that. Make it easy.
Just send a memo to the board.
We'll do that. If you can send a memo, or unless, Karen, do you want to just send them an email?
Mhm.
Just send them an email saying that we're interested in, residents are asking about it.
Will do.
Okay, thank you. There was that, and then the Halloween, it was really a good event, but I did get some residents asking if we could extend the hours next year. Where people felt that it was too soon to shut down at 6:30, that maybe we could do 7 or 7:30 at night and shut down. So if people still want to trick or treat, they can trick or treat. We still have the parade with the fire department, and there still could be trick or treaters if they want to. We've been going what we've been doing for each year, and I guess another town was doing till 7, and we shut down at 6:30. But people expressed that they wanted to be there a little longer.
I left my candy out until 8, so.
Yeah. So,
Well, we just have to remember this next year.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? 'Cause
Well, we
talk
get
about
Karen,
it
she's
now.
gonna remember it.
Yeah, okay. Karen's gonna remember it.
Yeah, I got the same feedback, because some people, they didn't have as many trick-or-treaters because they just left the parade too early. So the people who was in Warren trick-or-treating and they saw the time, 6:15 or even earlier, because they have to find parking and everything, so that left, the outs away from what was West Warren without trunk-or-treaters, because everybody went over there.
Yeah,
So if we do the parade later, and we just extend that, allows more time, for kids to trick or treat wherever they are, and then go over there.
I think the problem with doing it later is it's usually a school night. So if you do the parade later,
Well, they get
Well, no,
enough
you still hold
candy.
the parade at the same time, but you just extend the hours. So
Okay.
people, we still have the parade at
No.
the same time, but the trick-or-treating
But-
hours, if people wanna trick-or-treat, they can.
okay.
But I think we should move the parade at 7, because, people from here, they leave early to get to the parade.
How long does the parade take?
Well, it's like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it takes like 10 minutes. It goes,
So I
it
think
literally
if we
goes from,
Moved it back, it would be fine.
yeah.
A little later, like half an hour later, it shouldn't be a
Yeah.
big deal. Then they get another half hour trick or treating. So like 5 to 7, and then parade at 7 or 7:30?
Well, then you gotta remember, they do the event at the fire station, they do the costume contest,
Yeah.
and that takes a while,
Mm.
because they're judging the contest on that. I think if we just move the hours, and they don't interfere, if somebody doesn't wanna go, because there were people that didn't wanna do the parade, and they just wanted to trick or treat, they could still trick or treat. It's just, when we shut down trick or treating for the parade, and then that's it. And then they do the parade and the costume contest, and it's over.
Yeah.
If we just extend the hours for trick or treating, it's up to them. when
Yeah,
they
but
wanna
this
do
is
that.
from the other side of the group, the people who give candies,
Mhm.
like they, at 6, everybody was gone to the parade.
Yeah,
So if the parade pushes back a little bit at 7.
yeah, we can look at it. We could talk to, Chief Lavoy and Chief Millette, because they really kinda sponsor that.
Yeah,
The fire
we
station
we have
stuff.
to get their blessing.
Mhm.
See if they're good with it, because they might have a reason why they need to have it at that, because, their firefighters have families too, and we got all that staff out there too. So we got police officers, which I thought was amazing, because everywhere I went, there was a police officer from town somewhere, or patrolling, and you seen them all over the place, which is great, because everybody felt safe. And I did hear a comment, I was hoping, they would be here, but, there was a person that commented, like, there's a lot of police officers everywhere.
Mm.
And I'm like, well, how do you feel about that? And they're like, I feel safe. It's like, good, and people felt safe having that presence in the community. And it shows that the town wants you to have a safe event too. And I think it was good,
Yeah.
so.
And I'll encourage all the residents to participate and instead of going to another town.
Absolutely. Yep. All right. Do you guys have any correspondence?
No.
Correspondence? Do we get anything? Any emails? Somebody was gonna send an email with some suggestions, so.
Did not?
Okay. So comments and concerns. Do you have any comments and concerns?
I'll just say the haunted house was awesome, as usual.
Yep.
Very good job.
I was gonna say that too.
Yeah.
So-
I noticed that tonight they were there taking down, which must be a
Yeah.
hard job, but
Yeah.
it was definitely worth it and a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. They got me and David a few times.
The
Because-
chainsaw is the.
Yeah,
crazy-
me and my son went through. My wife and daughter, they're not into the haunted house thing. They don't
Oh.
like being scared.
Oh, really?
They don't like that. But David loved it. It was a good time. And honestly, we went there, and then we also went to a local amusement park within the state, which does a whole scare thing. And I felt, and I honestly felt that our haunted house here that Parks did was much better than one that was probably paid for millions of dollars of money. And our haunted house here was better. You know, it just, they did a good job.
Yeah.
You know, it's not all about animatronics sometimes, and sometimes it just takes a person in a costume standing in the right place to get you startled.
Yeah.
So, and they did a really good job. Parks, amazing job. Kudos to your Parks. Love it. Wish we could have it every year, but unfortunately we have to have these elections. So, but good job. Did you have any other comments or concerns?
I don't.
No?
I
Okay.
do have a correspondence I forgot. The person that wanted the base, that does the baseball
Yeah.
pitching and wanted to do the gym, and I told him he could not have it after after February 1st. And he said that he might want it between December and January, so I wanted to pass that by you.
But it's not gonna be available right away
From February 1st
from February 1st. Okay.
on.
Well, we gotta look at how long it takes Parks to clean up, because they did a lot down there.
Well, he's thinking more December and January only.
Okay. And they just running clinics down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as Parks is out and then.
Well, we gotta look at, because I think we need, there's concerns with insurance.
Are they a town entity?
No.
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 Well, yes and no. They get money from the town.
Well, that's-
There's a
that's the money we
grant.
give them,
Well,
but
no,
they're
there's
not a
also
town.
a grant.
right?
Yeah, but that doesn't make them a town
Yeah, they're not.
entity then.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Are they part of the school district or?
No,
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
they're nonprofit organizations.
Oh.
Yeah, nonprofit.
Then there would be some insurance issues.
Yeah. I would have them speak to Mr. Ferrara
Okay,
on that.
I'll send
because
Matt to
we
you.
gotta- Because if they're gonna be practicing on town property, they have to be insured.
Yeah, they use our parks to play their games and everything. So,
So they should be
Okay.
talking to Mr. Ferrara about that, make sure that
all right.
they're
I'll
good,
have-
because if one of the kids gets hurt, yeah. And then downstairs, we gotta make sure, because if a window or something gets broken from a baseball,
Yep, I will have Matt
I
call
mean, this
you.
wouldn't be an issue if they were like a school league or, you know, a part of the town in some sort.
yeah. Again, we want them to have fun, we want them, yeah, that's not what it's about, but we gotta make sure that we're looking at the interest of the
Absolutely.
entire town too, because we definitely can't afford a lawsuit,
Mhm.
so.
It's not what free cash is for.
Yeah, that's not the free cash purpose, so. So anybody else have any comments or concerns? You?
I have one, not a big deal, but lately when I'm picking up my daughter at the dance factory, I'm going around the block to turn direction on North Street. Looks like there's a lot of cars parking over there, and at some point, two cars can't pass. So I don't know if that's
So,
something we can look at.
As of November
Highway.
15th, the parking ban goes into effect, and they have to park in their driveways. So there's no on-street.
But this is North Street.
Like during the day, right?
Well, like at this time,
Oh, okay. Yeah, they
Yeah.
just can't park overnight,
They can't.
but during the day they can.
because they park on both sides, and there's only space for one car, and that's a two-way. So two cars can't,
So we need to establish parking on one side only, I guess.
or something like that. It's just too many people there.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd have to look into that, have Jeremy and, Chief Millette look into it, see if it's an issue where it's becoming a concern where
And also
maybe,
the-
maybe we do have to shut down one side for, you know.
And in that, only that block, there's so many kids playing. Like I drive very slow because suddenly you'll have a kid running around, and so, just not a big deal, but
Yeah, a lot of kids play through those neighborhoods, so you gotta be very careful when
yeah,
you're driving.
yeah, you have to
Yeah.
drive very slow, and then you get somebody coming from work like going like this, and you end up head to head, and what do? Back up all the way up? No.
Yeah. Right. Any other comments and concerns? No? No? My comments and concerns were the same as Mr. Ihawker's as far as the haunted house. Great job. Senior center, I'm seeing people put very good things out there about it, saying it's looking good. They did put a little post on Facebook about it, and a lot of positive comments, so
Looks good.
that's a good thing. And then, a local resident posted something on Facebook today, which I was hoping to have, the chiefs here tonight. But she posted on there about our first responders in town and how impressed she was because there was an incident at her home with a friend, and they responded very quickly, and she was very impressed with their response and their professionalism and what they did. And you know, she gave kudos to our first responders in the community and how well they did, and I also saw some follow-up comments from residents talking about how good our highway department, police department, and fire department is doing, and they really appreciate everything that they do for the community. And it was nice to see positive comments on social media about our town and about our employees with the town, because, you know, I concur with the comments. They are doing an amazing job, and sometimes we focus a little too much on things that may be perceived as wrong or maybe may have upset somebody. But there's a lot of good that they do all the time, and they're doing it every single day. And, you know, kudos to the police department, fire department, highway, and all our town employees for a good job. And let's finish up the year on positive notes. Only good comments from here on. So, but good job, everybody. So, did you have anything?
Well, I'll mention I went to the firemen's spaghetti dinner.
Oh, yeah.
on
How'd that
Saturday.
go?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I think they had maybe 150, 200 at least tickets sold, so, yep, it's pretty good.
That day was, I was going,
It was a beautiful
visiting,
day.
visiting a local amusement park.
Oh, okay.
That day. I don't get too many days where we can get out there.
Mm,
And it was the only day we can get there before Halloween.
Yeah.
So, I had to miss that event. But they always do a great job, and I hear it's delicious every time.
Yeah, good spaghetti,
So,
yeah.
I had to switch the spaghetti for chili and what is the other one? Clown chowder? Did I say it right?
Just chowder.
clam chowder.
Clam chowder.
Yeah, just chowder,
There was a
all different kinds.
competition, so many people, many members of church brought all this chili, and you had to vote, and it was delicious.
Oh,
And then we did a trunk or treat outside on the parking lot. That's great
very
too.
good.
And you would not believe Mr. Valiza's trunk. Oh my gosh, it goes all out.
Oh, really?
Well, then we just used 2 cars this time. not
Yeah.
one.
But it's amazing. It is
When
really
your trunk or
amazing.
treat involves a couple vehicles.
Yeah.
Good job.
Next year, there will be trophies for the trunks.
Oh. Good job. All right. Anybody else have any more comments and concerns? No?
Nope.
Mr. Condrat, welcome.
What the hell? I have two.
Sure thing, sir.
First of all, our secretary is gonna be going on maternity leave in 6 or 7 weeks, and we need to get somebody in there to get them trained to the system. I know it's one of those things, but if she's going right around Christmas time, you know, and she's likely to be out for 2 months. So we really need somebody trained for the system.
Okay.
And the second thing is, it's now after November 1st. And absentee landlords have to ensure that their tenants have heat. We've already got one complaint, and we are going to inspect that building.
Okay. Very good. Anything else, sir?
If there are any other tenants in town whose landlord has not turned the heat on for their apartments, either call the Selectmen Secretary or the Board of Health.
That would be Board of Health.
I'll just transfer.
That's all you. That's Board of Health, sir.
I'll just transfer him.
Does the Board of Health has somebody in mind for the secretary?
No, we discussed that last meeting, and where do we stand with that?
We're gonna have some cross-training, there's some interest internally
Okay.
from somebody, so we're gonna work on that probably next week, starting next week.
Okay, what about telecommuting too?
We're gonna see what we can do on that,
Get her a laptop?
see if we can do that.
Okay.
I have the laptop that I don't use in there.
All right,
I-
let's try to resolve that before
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
goes out. And remember, just because her due date's in 7 weeks, doesn't mean
Oh, she looks like she's,
Yeah.
she's healthy, and that baby can come at any point now. So let's not wait till last minute to help her out, get that training for people.
She literally runs the office for us because I would be
Absolutely.
lost.
Yeah. Our admins do a great job, and they run everything when we're not around, and they keep us informed. They take all the messages and memos.
They
and-
tell us where to sign.
Yep. Yep. No, we'd be lost without them.
I got a text from Betty Jo, she's sick. That's why she wasn't
Oh.
here.
She feels better. All right.
Sorry to ask again, when is the parking ban starts? Somebody asked on Facebook.
Starts November 15th.
I'll put it up on I'll put it up on our website.
Yeah.
Somebody asked on Facebook, that's why I just was wondering.
It's
Maybe
it's
do a
November
town
15th.
alert.
Yeah.
The town's gonna make a lot of money.
Not money we want. Rather just people just do the right thing, because those snow plows, once they start going. And you gotta remember, if a snow event happens, don't park on the street.
Yeah.
You know, we've had snow on Halloween night. We got a blizzard one year. So the snow can come, and I know we've gotten some threats of snow showers here and there, but nothing really came to. But, you know, once it snows, move off the road. But the official start date, if it doesn't, we don't have a snow event, would be November 15th. So, anybody else have any comments and concerns? No?
No one on Zoom.
No, Ray? No? Nobody on Zoom? We do need to start scheduling executive sessions to discuss negotiations as far as the regional agreement for the schools.
Okay.
So we gotta start looking into that, and so we're aware. Those are gonna have to start coming up soon, because that's something we're gonna have to start really putting some thought into. All right, next meeting is November 9th, 2023, and that is at 6 PM is our regular selectmen's meeting, so that's November 9th at 6 PM. And can I get a motion for adjourn?
So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
Richi Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye.
David Dufresne, aye. We are adjourned.